Hello, I'm here with Joe today. Joe, thank you for sitting down and interviewing with me.
No problem.
Okay, so can you describe your perfect classroom for me?
Perfect classroom. I would probably have to say students who just come with in a curiosity. Um, kids that are willing to try to figure something out, try to figure out how it relates to their lives, and just in general, want to know more about a topic. I think that if I have a group of students that have that quality, you can pretty much do anything in terms of teaching.
So, what is the most productive thing you've done in your classroom? The assignment, project, or whatever?
Most productive thing. I think probably in terms of preparing students for college, just the research papers that we do. Just improving their thinking and their writing and their research skills. You can really, over the course of a year, see a lot of growth in the students and figure out through their individual papers where they need help, where they're already masters in terms of certain skills. And I've actually had students come back and thank me for making them write so many papers a long time later. They don't usually thank me right away.
What's the most shocking thing you've seen about the growth of somebody? Like, how has somebody grown so much? Was it shocking to you, or?
Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Academically, you set certain goals for them, and you hope that they reach those goals. And when they do reach it, it's always a little ego booster. But I think in terms of just kind of social interactions and maturity, I've had probably about a dozen or so experiences in my career where you had a student who you thought was, lack of a better term, a complete pain in the butt, and they just, all of a sudden it clicks for them, and they're in there actually, saying you made a difference, and I want to thank you, and it really just makes your year, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty new teacher, so I don't know if it makes my career yet, but
Yeah. What is one of the things you've learned from your students?
expect the unexpected. Just having that many minds in one room and trying to, just sit there and control the whole situation. You really just got to kind of let things go and see where they wind up sometimes, and other times just, throw everything out the window and go in a completely new direction when they start to take it that way. I guess it's kind of like the analogy of herding cats in that sense. I mean, you have to go with the flow sometimes.
Yeah. Was it scary at first when they were like, they did that where like you had to just throw it out the window and completely do something new? Was it nerve wracking, or have you done it so many times before where it was just like, oh, that's a piece of cake?
No, it was definitely my first year teaching. Was my 6th year teaching. My first year teaching was definitely nerve wracking. I actually, would go home and talk to my wife and ask her, "Am I dumb? These kids are figuring things out that I didn't see at first." Of course, she said yes. But, it was definitely nerve wracking. But I think the longer you teach, the more you kind of pick up tricks on, not how to deal with that, but actually how to use it, how to create a teachable moment out of it, both for the kids and yourself. Yeah.
What's one of the tricks you've learned?
In terms of that situation,
Yeah.
just asking them why or how they arrived at that interpretation. Kind of picking their brains a bit rather than just being intimidated that they saw something else besides what you did. Just asking them, how did you get to that point, and then following their thought process, and what created those thoughts in your mind. Why would you have that perspective of whatever it was we're looking at? And you find out more about people, I think, that way, which is really the interesting part for me.
Okay. What keeps you going as a teacher?
My wife keeps telling me to go to work keeps me going as a teacher. It's a good question, really. It's an interesting profession in the sense that you can never do the job perfectly. There's always something else you could have done better. So I think that can keep me going at times. At other times, it can almost feel like you're swimming against the tide, like you'll never achieve your goals or get where you want to be in terms of the profession. But I think that constant struggle a lot of times keeps the wheels turning. if
Yeah.
you will.
Are you glad you started to become a teacher? Or?
Absolutely. I couldn't see myself doing anything else at this point.
Okay. Well, thank you for sitting down with me.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.